As the anniversary of the tragic Route 91 Harvest Festival shooting approaches, it's impossible to ignore the weight of that painful day. The memories of October 1st, 2017 still linger, not just for those who were there, but for the entire country music community and beyond. The devastation that unfolded that night in Las Vegas has shaped the way many of us view safety, community, and resilience. As an artist and as a human being, it's a question that remains. How do you honor the lives lost in such a senseless tragedy? And how do you keep their memory alive? For the artist who witnessed it firsthand, the answer is never simple. There is no way to move on from something that has forever altered the landscape of live music and festival culture. As the days approach, the artist reflects on how they, as a public figure and musician, deal with such a heavy loss, both personally and within the larger community. It's something that will never leave your memory, he admits. You think about the families, the lives lost that tragic day. How do you, as an artist, continue to honor those lives? The response, although painful, is one grounded in strength and perseverance. You can't just curl up in a corner and hide, the artist explains. You've got to get back up. It's harder to go back out there and do what you love after something like this. It's easier to retreat, to shut yourself off from the world. But that's not what we're about. There's no honor in giving up, in letting this thing take away your will to continue doing what you do. Indeed, the artist points to the continued dedication to his craft as the truest form of honoring those lost. Getting back on stage, playing the songs that have helped heal others. We go out to shows now, and no matter where we are, there are people holding up Route 91 flags, he shares. That support, whether they were there that night or not, is overwhelming. The country music community, the fans, the families, they all continue to show their support. It's a beautiful thing. Though the memories remain forever etched in the minds of those affected, there's a sense of duty to keep moving forward, to use the platform of music to remember without being consumed by grief. The artist emphasizes that this ongoing remembrance isn't about revisiting painful memories every day, but rather about using that memory as fuel to create something powerful. I won't forget. I'll never forget. But I also have to keep living. I have to keep doing what I do. Despite the tragic shadow cast over his career, the artist has been able to find solace in the support of his family, especially his wife, who was there through it all. Luckily, I had my wife by my side, he says. We were able to lean on each other and talk through everything. But it's not something I want to relive every day. Even as he acknowledges the difficulty of facing the memories, he recognizes that life must go on. For him, honoring the victims and the event means not letting it define him, continuing to live, to work, to perform. This commitment to living in the face of loss is echoed in his interactions with his fans. On social media, fans share their own stories of healing, and the artist is always there to acknowledge them. It's a constant yet bittersweet reminder that the Route 91 tragedy brought an entire community together, forever changing the fabric of country music. Whether it's through social media, a performance, or a simple conversation, he feels the responsibility to carry that torch forward. When reflecting on the incredible support he's received from the community, both those who were at the festival and those who weren't, the artist is quick to point out that it's not just the fans at his shows that keep the memory alive. It's the universal bond of country music that unites people in times of grief. It's not just the people who were there that night, he says. It's the entire community, the country music fans, the families, the people who've shown up, not just to honor that night, but to stand by the people who were affected by it. Beyond the stage, life at home offers a much-needed reprieve, especially for the artist's young children, who, as he describes, provide a lightness in the midst of so much darkness. They're only 14 months apart, so they're extremely close, he laughs. My son Memphis, he's very emotional. He's always looking for a hug from his little sister, but she's the tough one. She just wants to go play. It's funny to watch them. They're like built-in best friends. Despite their tender ages, Memphis and his sister provide their father with a sense of hope for the future. Their growing bond reminds him that life, though full of hardship, also brings moments of joy and connection. It's been so fun to watch them grow up even though they're still little. They almost look like twins. It's the perfect blend between Brittany and me, he smiles, as the artist continues to navigate the challenges of his personal and professional life, even the oddities of daily life, like a surprise bird invasion at their Florida home, become part of his narrative. It's never a dull moment at our house, he jokes. One day, we had birds everywhere because my wife left the door open. It was the first time I've had a bird gate, but it's just part of the charm of our chaotic, beautiful life. These moments of levity are a reminder that even in the face of overwhelming sadness, there is always space for humor, for family, and for the continuation of life's simple pleasures. The artist's ability to balance the heaviness of the past with the lightness of the present is a testament to his resilience and to the enduring spirit of those who continue to honor the victims of Route 91 by living fully and embracing every moment. As the anniversary approaches, the artist will undoubtedly continue to honor the lives lost, not by dwelling on the tragedy, but by living in a way that reflects the strength and love of the country music community. He may not forget, but he chooses to carry on, performing, loving, and showing up for the people who need him most. In this way, he embodies the true essence of resilience, of finding hope even in the darkest times. In the end, it's not just about remembering the victims of Route 91. It's about living in a way that honors their legacy. Through music, through community, and through the love of family, the artist continues to honor their memory each and every day. For years, the life of a touring artist was all he knew. For over 15 years, the road was his home, his constant companion, and his workplace. Touring, performing, and traveling around the country was a lifestyle that became second nature. The long hours, the exhaustion, the ever-moving schedule. It was the world he lived in. But when the COVID-19 pandemic hit and the world came to a halt, everything changed. For the first time in his career, he found himself grounded, forced to slow down, and forced to confront a side of life he had rarely experienced. Being home, being present, and taking time for himself. The past 15 or 16 years, I've never really had any time off, he admits. I probably wouldn't have taken a year off otherwise. So in a way, it's been nice to have this time. It's forced me to slow down. He reflects on the simple moments that most people take for granted. The quiet, everyday routines of family life that had been sidelined during his years on the road. Just normal stuff, like putting the kids to bed and reading them a book every night. I've been able to go to my daughter's volleyball games, and that's something I would usually miss. I wouldn't get to do that if I were on tour, he shares. So yeah, it's been nice to just be home. The artist has spent more time with his family, savoring the little moments that come with slowing down, from school activities to bedtime stories. Yet, the pull of the stage is undeniable. I love what I do, he says. Being on the road, playing shows, traveling, I miss it. But I also love being at home. It's a double-edged sword. For someone who has spent so many years immersed in the chaos of tour life, the sudden quiet of being at home was a drastic. But even amidst the uncertainty and restrictions, the artist quickly found ways to create. During quarantine, while the world was still in lockdown, he decided to make the most of the situation. We were down in Florida for a few months, and that's when we shot the video for Got What I Got. We needed a video for it, but how do you pull that off in a pandemic? He recalls. A friend of mine, Sean Silva, who's directed a lot of my videos, put together a small crew. We shot a lot of it in our backyard, and some of it came from videos my wife had taken with her phone of the kids. It was an unconventional video, created with the help of family, with a raw, homegrown feel that matched the artist's vision for it. It was low budget, but it was exactly what I wanted. It was family-oriented, with my wife and kids in it. That's what I wanted to show. The simple, real moments, he says with a smile. And as if things couldn't get more interesting, the artist finds humor in the little things. He fondly remembers a fishing trip at Luke Bryan's house, which had an element of fun, spontaneity, and a bit of mischief. "It's good to have friends," he says with a grin. "Luke and I have been friends for a long time, and sometimes you just go for it. We went fishing at his place when he was out of town. We figured, hey, why not?" And yes, while that trip might have been a little impromptu, the friendship between the two goes much deeper. "I've known Luke since about 2008, he says. "When we first met, it was like we clicked. We've been through a lot together, and it's always been a real, genuine friendship. We're not just colleagues, we're family." This sense of camaraderie is something that goes beyond the usual friendship label. It's a bond that runs deep, and they even share matching tattoos as a symbol of their close relationship. "Luke and I, we didn't have tattoos, but we're part of this hunting company together. There are 7 of us who own it, and we all got tattoos to mark that," he explains. "It wasn't a matching tattoo situation, but we got them at the same time." Though their connection may have led to some playful teasing, it's clear that the two have built something lasting. "We're tight, but not that tight," he jokes, his laughter filling the conversation. The years of friendship have been filled with moments like these, moments that have cemented their relationship as more than just industry peers. Yet even with all the fun and camaraderie, there's a deeper appreciation for the time spent at home with his family. A time to reconnect, recharge, and rediscover the joy of living life outside the chaos of the road. "It's been nice to just slow down and spend time with the people I love," he says, "but I'm definitely ready to get back on the road. As soon as they give me the green light, I'll be there." And as the world begins to open up again, the artist's perspective on touring, family, and his place in it all has shifted. While he still yearns to perform, there's a renewed sense of balance in his life. "Being on the road is still part of who I am, but now I know there's more to life than just touring. It's about finding that balance, making sure I'm present for my family while doing what I love." For now, though, he's content to cherish these moments at home. The future will undoubtedly bring new stages, new songs, and more memories. But for today, he's savoring the quiet moments, the family, the friends, and the life that for once is free from the constant rush of the tour bus. As he navigates this new chapter, the artist is finding that even in the most uncertain times, there's room for growth, joy, and most importantly, family. The artist reflects on the unique bond he shares with his close friend and fellow musician, Luke Bryan, explaining just how rare and special their friendship is. "In this business, you don't meet many people who experience success the way we have," he says. "Out of all the people who try, only a few actually find success, and even fewer get to have it at the level we've had. To have someone like Luke, someone I can talk to about anything, and vice versa, is a true gift." Their bond goes far beyond just music. It's a friendship built on mutual understanding, shared experiences, and unwavering support. They've been through the highs and lows together, and that makes their friendship all the more meaningful. "We both understand what it's like to be at the top, but we've also been through the grind," the artist continues. "We've both put in the work, so when things are tough, we can lean on each other. We've been there, done that, and that's a rare thing in this business." Their connection isn't just about shared professional experiences. It's about knowing that no matter what, they've got each other's backs. It's a really cool friendship. Even outside of the music industry, we own a restaurant together. We have a hunting company together. He's definitely one of my best friends. Their friendship began unexpectedly but quickly grew into something special. "The first time I met Luke was at a radio station in Knoxville, Tennessee," the artist remembers. "I was leaving and he was coming in. We had heard of each other because we were both from Georgia, and we got introduced. We sat down and talked for 30 minutes. That was kind of the beginning of it. We kept in touch after that, and it ended up being a lot more than just music. It grew into a genuine friendship, and that led to us touring together. What started as a casual meeting eventually turned into years of camaraderie, touring, and building a lasting partnership. The artist is also quick to acknowledge how rare it is for someone to achieve the level of success that he and his friends in the country music industry have. "You're right. Not everyone gets to see success at certain levels," he says. "It's a grind, and it's easy to get stuck along the way. But to break through, that's a huge accomplishment." He's proud of the work he's done, especially considering where he started. "I mean, I've sold over 10 million albums, been one of the top-earning country artists, but it's hard to keep track of all that stuff. I don't really keep up with the numbers. I just keep doing my thing and let the work speak for itself." Looking back on his humble beginnings, the artist can hardly believe how far he's come. "I was once a Pepsi delivery guy," he recalls. "I used to go to grocery stores and deliver drinks. That was my job while I was working on my music. The early days were a constant juggling act, trying to make ends meet while chasing a dream. I worked at Pepsi during the week, and on the weekends I'd play shows. They were cool about giving me time off when I needed it so I could go perform. It wasn't glamorous, but it was part of the hustle. I did that for a few years before I moved to Nashville to really focus on my career." His journey, like many in the industry, was one of persistence and determination. "I did whatever it took to make it work. I've done bottle service, worked all kinds of jobs, all while working on my music. It wasn't always easy, but every job taught me something. It made me appreciate the success I have now." For him, every challenge was just another step toward his dream. The sacrifices he made early on are part of the story that brought him to where he is today. As his career grew, so did his ability to connect with others in the industry. "The friendships I've made along the way, people like Luke, those are the relationships that matter. It's not just about the fame or the success, it's about the people you meet and the genuine connections you form." For him, success in the music industry isn't just about hitting milestones or earning accolades. It's about sharing the journey with people who understand and support you along the way. Even with all of his success, the artist remains grounded, always remembering where he came from and the people who helped him get there. "It's humbling," he says. "It's easy to get caught up in the hustle, but when you look back, you realize just how far you've come. And you don't do it alone. You've got friends, family, and the people who have supported you through every stage of your career." He acknowledges that while the road to success is hard and often unpredictable, the bonds he's built with those around him have made it all worth it. "At the end of the day, the people in your corner are the ones that make all the difference," he says. "Luke, my wife, my family, they're the ones who help me keep going, even on the toughest days." For this artist, success isn't just measured in albums sold or awards won. It's about the relationships he's built, the experiences he's shared with those who matter most, and the journey that continues to unfold. As he looks ahead, he's eager to see where the next chapter will take him. But no matter what happens, he knows he won't be alone. "It's been a wild ride, but I wouldn't change a thing," he concludes. "And I'm excited to keep going, keep making music, and keep sharing these moments with the people I care about." Looking back, the artist reflects on how far he's come, how much he's grown, and the journey that led him where he is now. "When I first started, I had no idea where I was going," he admits. "I knew I wanted to be an artist, but I didn't know what that would look like. I was playing clubs in Georgia and Florida, and we had a good following, but in the grand scheme of things, it was still small potatoes. You know, it wasn't the big time, but I knew that if I wanted to make it, I had to move to Nashville. That was the place." Arriving in Nashville, he was quickly confronted with the reality of the competition. "There are so many talented people in this town, all fighting for the same thing you are. It's not just about being good. It's about everything falling into place at the right time," he explains. "When I got to Nashville, I was lucky to meet a great team, my producer Michael Knox, who discovered me in a club in Atlanta, my band, and the record label that believed in me. They were instrumental in making everything happen. Despite the hard work, He's aware that many talented people don't always get the breaks they deserve. There are people here way more talented than me, better singers, better songwriters. It just doesn't happen for them for whatever reason. It's kind of the perfect storm when everything lines up, he says, and nobody knows who it's going to happen for. But I've been fortunate, and it's been great. Now, as he reflects on his success, the artist is excited to branch out and dive into new ventures, like his latest collaboration with Florida Georgia Line's Tyler Hubbard and Brian Kelly. "We just launched Wolf Moon Bourbon this year," he says. "It's something I'm really proud of. I've always been a big whiskey fan, and when the opportunity came up, it felt right. The guys from Old Camp were great in letting us get involved and make it something we love." For him, putting his name on a product isn't just about the business, it's about creating something he believes in. "If I'm going to put my name on something, I want it to be something I'm proud of. I want it to be something I'd recommend to my friends, something I can stand behind. This just felt natural," he shares. And doing it with Tyler and BK makes it even better. "We've been on the road together, so it's not forced. We've spent countless nights after shows, just hanging out and drinking whiskey. When it comes to the product, he's all in." Wolf Moon is a sipping whiskey, made for those moments when you're taking in the good life, he says with a smile. "For me, it's the little moments that stand out. Like after a show when I finally get to unwind. The whole day is spent preparing for the show, and then when it's over, it's that moment of relief. You just sit back and enjoy, and maybe have a drink to celebrate the night." The artist explains that these simple yet profound moments are what life is all about. "After the show, when everything is done, I get to go back to my hotel room or home, and if I'm lucky, my kids are in bed. My wife and I are watching a show, and I'm having a nightcap. Those are the moments that make everything worth it, the calm after the storm," he says. While the road is still calling him, and the hustle of the tour is still part of his life, these small, cherished moments at home remind him why he works so hard. "At the end of the day, it's about balance," he says. "I love being on the road, but I also love being with my family. It's nice to take a break and enjoy life outside the shows, and these moments, whether it's with a drink in hand or just talking to my wife, remind me of what I'm working for." The journey that started in clubs in Georgia and Florida, working day jobs just to make ends meet, has come full circle. Now, as a successful artist, entrepreneur, and family man, he knows the value of both the work and the personal moments that make life meaningful. "It's been a crazy ride," he says, "but looking back, I wouldn't change a thing." As the artist reflects on his connection with his fans, he takes a moment to express his gratitude for their unwavering support. "The Aldean army is incredible," he says, his voice filled with appreciation. "I have the best fans in the world. They've been with us from day one, through the highs and the lows, and they've never wavered. It's amazing to see their loyalty, and I'm so grateful for them. A big shout out to all of them for sticking by us." He pauses, allowing the weight of his words to sink in before shifting to a more exciting note. "And as for updates, we've got some exciting stuff coming. We're going into the studio in a couple of weeks to start working on a new album. We're going to be cutting about half of the record, so by the time all this stuff is over and we're back on the road, hopefully, we'll have some new music for everyone to listen to. It's going to be good," he assures with a smile. Even as he discusses his upcoming projects, there's a spark in his voice when he mentions the latest venture that has him genuinely excited. "And let's not forget about the whiskey," he says with a grin, playfully teasing his fans. "I'm sure you're all ready to sip on that. We've got that covered too." It's clear that this new business endeavor isn't just a side project, it's something he's passionate about. With his signature blend of humility and enthusiasm, he looks back on his years of performing, traveling, and evolving as an artist. There's a genuine appreciation in his tone as he reflects on the journey. "At the end of the day, we always hope to leave the fans happy," he explains. "We want to give them a good show, something they'll remember." For him, performing is more than just standing on stage. It's about connection, about creating a shared experience. And when the lights go down and the final note fades, his favorite part begins. Afterward, it's nice to be able to go backstage, have a drink, and celebrate that with them, he says warmly. It's one of my favorite parts of the job. This new chapter in his career is about more than just releasing fresh music. It's about creating a lasting legacy that reflects every facet of who he is as an artist and individual. From launching a whiskey brand to planning upcoming tours and spending focused time in the studio, he's clearly not hitting the brakes. Instead, he's leaning into new opportunities with a sense of purpose and renewed energy. These ventures aren't distractions. They're natural extensions of his creativity, ambition, and desire to connect with people in ways that go beyond the stage. What keeps him grounded and motivated through it all is the steadfast support of his fans. They've been there through it all, standing in the front rows of sold-out shows, streaming the albums, sharing the music, and living the journey with him. And now, as he expands into new territory, they're just as ready to toast the next era of his career, literally and figuratively. Their loyalty is something he doesn't take lightly. In fact, it's the driving force behind every decision he makes. Whether he's writing lyrics late at night or planning how to make his whiskey stand out, he's always thinking about how to give something meaningful back to the people who've helped him get to where he is. Looking ahead, his outlook is filled with excitement and determination. The journey's not over yet, he says, with the kind of sincerity that reminds you he means every word. We've got a lot more to come, and I'm excited for what's next. It's not just a promise, it's a mindset. He isn't content to coast on past achievements. He wants to evolve, to grow, and to continue surprising people with new chapters they didn't see coming. Whether it's the release of a new song, a powerful live performance, or the unveiling of his whiskey line, each step forward is taken with care and intention. He wants to make it all count, not just for himself, but for everyone who has shared the road with him. The music, the business ventures, the late-night rehearsals, they're all pieces of a bigger story still being written.